Those of you who've been following Solomon Says for the past several years know that every week I come to you and discuss some kind of topic that's usually related to the news, something that's happening that's current, and sometimes is controversial. But I must tell you that in all my time here, I don't think I've ever come up with a topic and read about a topic that I am so conflicted about and really not sure what to say. And in the end of this, I may not come to any conclusion whatsoever, but perhaps you can help me out. If you haven't heard about Father Patrick Desbois, then you owe yourself the opportunity to learn about his incredible work. This man, who is a Roman Catholic priest, is traveling throughout the Ukraine and Belarus, and he is doing interviews with eyewitnesses who watched Jews being murdered during the years 1941 through 1944. According to Father Desbois, 1.5 million Jews were murdered in the Ukraine and Belarus during that time, and they've been buried in mass graves, probably over 1,200 different graves, and he is doing the interviews, recording them, and is finding these graves. It is an amazing piece of work that no one has ever encountered before. He is truly to be commended without any reservation, without any doubt. These are the last years that you can conduct these interviews, and they open up to him because he is a Catholic priest. There's no difficulty in them speaking. It's kind of like a confessional about the things that they remember, the atrocities that they witnessed over 65 years ago. But at the same time, a controversy has developed, and it's a tough one, because recently an Orthodox synagogue invited him to speak after the prayers on Shabbat morning. And a big question came up. Is it appropriate to have a Catholic priest speak in a synagogue? Well, it was a big question. No one in any way questions the value of his work. No one says that he's doing it for any other purpose other than to help the Jewish people. At the same time, we know that Christian theology really has no place in a synagogue. A synagogue is a place where Jews come together for great holiness, concentration on their prayers. And yes, this particular visit was, and the speech happened immediately after the prayers on Shabbat morning. But there are those who say that the synagogue was not the right place to do this, or the time was not the right place to do it. You want to do it in the synagogue, perhaps do it not after the prayers, a different time completely, some kind of weeknight. If you want to do it on a weeknight or on a Shabbat, maybe don't do it in the synagogue. But in the synagogue after prayers, people had trouble with that. I'm really not sure. I can understand that people would be upset by that. I can understand because of the years of suffering that took place at the hands of the Catholic Church. We understand that. The Judaism, we're trying to repair our relations with Christianity, but having a priest there, even though he was not in his priestly garb, having a priest there at the synagogue made people uncomfortable. I'm not discussing whether the law permits this or not. I am not an authority on that at all. But I am saying that I understand the discomfort of some people in having the priest, despite the fabulous work that he's doing, having the priest speak in the synagogue on Shabbat morning. Other people say no, that's the right place to do it. Get the most people there, let them hear his story, and let's give him the honor that is due him. I understand that too. My inclination is to say it could have been done somewhere else. Honestly, that's how my gut feels, but I'm not really sure. What do you think? Is it appropriate? Does a priest belong in the synagogue? Great question. Let me hear. Let me know what you think. Something very much to think about.